Now what you'll tend to find once you've been working with MuseScore for a while is that just using the mouse on its own can be a little bit labour intensive, a little bit fiddly, especially for a long and complicated piece of music. So I can show you another way of getting some notes into the score which might be even faster than using the mouse, and that is using the keyboard. And the keyboard on your computer is actually pretty versatile, and in MuseScore we can press any of the letter keys that relate to the normal musical notes that we use in Western music, and those will appear on the screen. So we can use any of A to G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G to tell MuseScore that we want to write that particular pitch into the music. So I've got an E here. Say I wanted to write an A, or a B, or a C, or a D. I'm just pressing the keys. I'm just pressing the D key or the E key or the F key. Now what you're noticing is that my music is going ever higher in the score, and maybe I don't want that, because what you'll see is that where with the mouse we could click exactly in the spot, we could click exactly the pitch on the score that we wanted to write. Here with the keyboard, MuseScore has to make a few assumptions, it has to make a few guesses for us, and it tries to give us the most logical A. So if we press the key of A or the key of B, it will try and guess, well, which note of A or which note of B does Dave actually want at this point? And sometimes it gets that right, and it's really useful. Sometimes it sort of doesn't get it right, and so that's not so useful, but it's really easy to change. If we use the arrow keys on the keyboard or click on a particular note, as long as we're not in note input mode, we can then start moving that around. So if instead of this particular C sharp being in the music at that pitch, I wanted the C sharp below, so if MuseScore's kind of made the wrong guess, all I need to do is press Command down or Control down, and I can move that note around by an octave. So it's really easy to shift notes around even once they've been written into the score. But by using the keyboard and typing individual letters, we can start to get our notes going in even faster. And sometimes we have to, nudge things up and down an octave using Command up and down, but ultimately it should be faster than using the mouse on its own. So that's the second way of getting notes into our MuseScore piece. The third way is by using a MIDI keyboard, and so we'll have a look at that next.